Hello everyone, welcome to another siblings reaction video.
And this is Morticia Madeon, and the one that just spoke is Wingless Dragon.
Yeah.
And we're here with a new video. Tell us about this.
Okay. Let's start from the beginning. Ever since we did a lot of reaction videos regarding SAD-ist and regarding Derivacat and slowly going through the different DreamSMP type of content creators in like the stratosphere, one that was recommended over and over again was Late August, and we never got around to it until today. Late August is a animator, fairly young animator, I think late teen. His name's Finn. I saw the little frequently asked question thing. It's great. And we're gonna go over the latest one, see how it goes. Very interested in a lot of what people's opinions are gonna be about it and like discuss it. But I've at least seen some of the older ones as well. And I'll definitely talk about the art style and how I enjoy it. But we're definitely gonna go through this. Like before, Morticia has very little knowledge of what's going on, especially what this is pertaining regarding the Dream SMP. And I'm also going to be talking about the Dream SMP, where it's at. And this works really well thematically with the rest of the reaction stuff, because we've kind of reached the end part, I would say, of where Dream SMP is more or less at this point, while they're trying to figure out how they're moving forward with a lot of their content.
And I don't know what's going on because I still don't pay attention to Dream SMP usually, but I probably should at some point. But in the meantime, so yeah, one more video. Lapse.
Ooh.
And you said this video is from late August?
Correct. We would ask that you go see the video first. We are just going to have it on loop in the background. We are not going to be playing the audio, but know that we have both watched it before going into it. So if you haven't yet, please do so as well.
Flashing images, malblood, and violence. And then we get blinded.
By the light. So Late August is like a phenomenal artist. I like their specific style. I would say like how SAD-ist has their style in the way that it works. Late August has one that's been consistent from the get-go. I would almost say that excluding maybe some level of polish, like here and there, the style has maintained being the same from the get-go. And this is great. Very well done. A lot more fluidness, a lot more color, a lot more, almost more of like a storybook style than what you would see with SAD-ist, where SAD-ist's work looked a lot like as if it's like a trailer to a movie or very much a storyboard aspect of this. This is like like you're almost going through picture books for a kid's book, a kid's
novel, graphic novel.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really well done. Lots of little details here and there. Always focused on little things, even sometimes putting the absence of stuff as well, but doing a good job of, very similar to SAD-ist, picking a song that works with kind of the tone that they want to provide with their art, and then really going with the style that they have. This one specifically, Lapse, is so good because like you could see how many scenes and areas and levels of locations that this artist had to do to kind of outline everything that's going on with kind of at the stage of where the Dream SMP is at. Before I start talking about the Dream SMP, what's your opinion on the visuals of this so far, Mark?
I mean, I like the visuals. Like the visuals by themselves, I like the art. It feels more serious. It comes out as more serious in real, I guess. And I know there's slightly different portrayals of all the characters. But yeah, I mean, I'm a bit lost to what it's trying to portray because I'm not familiar with what's going on from DreamSMP recently. But I know it's like, it pretty much comes down to Blade asking G, hey G, you want to get out of prison and go murder some folks? I was like, sure, let's go murder some folks in this new Lost in Vegas fate. So that's pretty much what I'm getting from it, from the visuals in terms of the story. But and I'm totally in agreement of going after Tommy in it, as usual. Like he's probably needs to be shot in the head with arrows and axe.
Wow, the violence.
That's pretty much the whole Dream SMP is violent. They always try to find excuses to murder each other or blow up their latest town and base. But that's like, I know, that's been my thing with the storyline with Dream SMP.
Morticia's opinion of Dream SMP through very few outside contents. Yeah, I get it.
But aside from that, for the art, the visuals, I appreciate. But I will disagree about the music. Well, first of all, like I guess I'm a bit spoiled with whatever videos we've been reacting to, because usually most of them, they have video, the music is either like created by themselves or
like Derivacat, yeah,
and stuff like that. And a variety is not just having visuals, but we also have snippets of audio from the dialogues, quotes, whatever, what's going on, and then match it to create this further refining what's going on storyline for the video.
Actually, I agree with you. I do find that that's a little bit lacking here. It's straight up just like a visual story, as opposed to, well, SAD-ist as an example has a lot of like snippets from the actual events themselves that make it more the theatrical thing, as I was explaining before. So yeah, I agree with that a lot, that levies a lot of differences between the different works that we've seen.
Yeah, but as for the choice of the music itself, I mean, when I first like watch it, it's like, wait, was this music created? It's like, no, they just got some random song from somewhere. It's like, and then after that, it's like, in the case of SAD-ist, it feels like she almost did the animation to match with the music. Where here, it's just like they just added the music after the fact, after they did all the arts, visual art, and it does, to me, it doesn't match. I disagree with that. The tone of the music doesn't match the tone of what's trying to portray visually, story wise. It's like, let's play like a lo-fi music for, I don't know, more murdering and attempts to murder each other yet again.
I agree with you that if you're comparing it to SAD-ist, SAD-ist is really good at developing the beats and the situations alongside the music. So for sure, I agree with you that Late August is not doing that per se. I don't agree that they didn't think of the song in line with the work that they're doing. Especially apparently like this is one of their favorite songs that they wanted to incorporate with a piece of work, at least from what I was reading. So I think they did put some thought into it, but I think this is at a level of like just experience in how to connect things together. And I think this is an example where SAD-ist has a lot more experience in doing so with the musical tones and beats than Late August does. So I think that that's where it's at. It's really just the level of experience where they're not connecting things the same way. But there are scenes in this that do match in some points with the music that is being played. So there is some thought into it, just not at the same level as SAD-ist.
If they actually put some thought into it, then I don't know if they're going for American Psycho, where they put like music that is completely contradicts with the scene, like intentionally. So it's like, we're going to do some happy dance song while I bloody murder act someone. Yeah. If that's the goal, then I guess it works because, well, I don't know. Every time I see Technoblade in Dream in the arts, it's like, oh, they built a new city. Let's go murder people.
I think this is a good segue to like talking about where the Dream SMP is, but just to end it with, I think this is really just the story point of like how things have evolved through the feelings of Tommy in it, and how the events of the escape with Technoblade has created that shift again in like the story plot. This is really affecting Tommy, who's like, I don't know what's going on. I just kind of got Wilbur back from being revived. Plug-in video that we did regarding revived. Anyway, you've got that. And this is really the kind of the aftermath of dealing with how Quackity wants the power that he's never gotten, and he's still trying to torture Dream to get that from him, because there's this big thing called the revival book. That's what brought back Wilbur, and that's what Quackity's after, because to him, that's where he's going to get the ultimate power. However, Dream's not letting it go. He's being tortured, and he's been locked up for months. Technoblade, now like less time than Dream, is finally escaped by the plan that was put into place by him and Phil, and then he's gotten the information he needed from Dream to basically break Dream officially out. And that's what the plan is with the syndicate, getting things sorted out. And then while going to make their way there to get the people out, you end up getting Dream not only being the reason to get things out, but he saw that Rambo got captured as well. So he's like, well, Rambo's part of the syndicate. I should be helping him as well. Dream is like, nah, we should just go. And Technoblade's like, no, we're going to save Rambo as well. Ends up doing that. Then they somehow find out that Connor Eats Pants is also in the prison as like almost a comedy relief sidekick. So they're just like, cool, you're just coming with us now too. And he's like, okay. In his little Sonic onesie. So they make their way back, swimming through the lava, going through the one hole that goes away from the Guardian that can give the fatigue. And so they end up being able to do that. But out of their way of trying to get out and trying to control the situation, Sam ends up killing Rambo. And so Rambo's dead. Tommy's like, oh shit, Dream's back. I need to go get him. Tommy still had the axe of peace from Technoblade, and that's where he went to go try to get it. He went to grab it to defend himself, realizing that Dream actually took it. Tommy went to to the only place that he knew where to hide again, and that was where Technoblade and Phil were. And now Tommy's back into the point where he doesn't know what to do, because he's been basically like, before Dream was in prison, Dream was basically manipulating Tommy constantly after he got exiled from L'Manberg. And that's before L'Manberg got completely eviscerated by Technoblade, Phil, and Dream. So it's dealing with a lot of trauma from Tommy's side while trying to like figure out what's going on. Dream is finally out of prison. Who knows what he's going to do next? There's already some events of what he's done a little bit afterwards, which I'm not going to talk about, but he's basically out. Now Quackity is worried because, well, now he doesn't have the power that he was trying to get a hold of. So he feels that his nation, Las Nevadas, is now going to be affected now. And there's all these people that are back now that can affect change. Wilbur's back. Dream is back. Technoblade's basically opened up to indicate that he's dealing with stuff. And then, well, what's next? What's going on? There's a few things that happen afterwards with Technoblade and Tubbo after these events, which were very minor, but it still deals with where Dream was imprisoned and kind of what's next. This is really a good spot for the new chapter to open up for new people to join the Dream SMP to get the story going. They've already added a portal to the new 1.18.1 and probably eventually 0.2 once it's updated. So the Caves and Cliffs update. So they have that as a portal to another world.
Okay, so they have the restart world.
So they still have the original Dream SMP, but now there's another world. And that's going to be interesting about that is what's going to happen there. What's that new world? Does Dream control it or does someone else control it? If you've seen our reaction video regarding Wilbur and the Ozymandias poem, I made a big indication of like maybe Wilbur has more to play going on at this point. That could still be a factor in this case. However, I think it's going to be a very interesting dynamic now that there's technically two worlds going on. And are they going to consider it still the Dream SMP world or is it a little bit more? So there's a lot more open up for story potential.
Or the Dream SMP multiverse, and they break off in different branches.
They sort of already did with the Tales of the Dream SMP and a lot of like the time travel stuff that Carl does with story plots that he has.
Damn it, Carl.
If you haven't seen those, you really should. Talking to the people that are watching a reaction, just because they're visually interesting. It's fun because it's really just like them playing like different characters, but it really sets a different tone of like where things are going story-wise. It's a very interesting change of it. And that's what I loved and I still very much enjoy with the Dream SMP. I just find that like lately it's been quieted because a lot of serious things have happened in a lot of their lives. And there's a lot of things that are being moved about in their lives as well at the same time. So it'll be interesting to see where things go from there. But the Dream SMP has always been a very powerful, very big role-playing thing. It's not just been buildings and see what we can do. If you really like that kind of stuff, I highly recommend Hermitcraft videos. Those are a lot more in that line. They do have fun with little like story plots, but it's very much more
for the building part of things, not the RPG.
Yeah, the Hermitcraft is very big on big builds, unique builds, redstone, designs, and everyone has their little thing, and they play with minor mods that are really cool. Dream SMP is very much has evolved more into being
live roleplay,
a LARPing, so to speak. Like they're all playing characters.
Yeah.
They're all living a life that's inside this world, and they're playing the rules of what this world are, but in like a very theatric story plot thing, and it's really cool.
Yeah, and meanwhile, we're still figuring out where we're at other than doing reactions. But yeah. But yeah, in terms of the story, I will just say that aside ignoring everything, the murder axing aspect of Techno and Dream, because they like to murder axe everyone, from I feel. Tommy and Wilbur, I like the bits where they cover. I did understand the beginning of the history of Las Nevadas so far from the lore, from what they've done so far. But yeah, so they basically, yeah, you're back to life. Hey, Tommy, they built a new thing. Let's go check it out. Maybe we can join it. And then what's his face? The guy with the scar. Quackity is like, no. But in the video, like they show like how they're like best buds, like yeah, like it's like nudge nudge. But of course when Technoblade Techno and Dream comes in and ruins that. And then the other part I was having, it's like they're almost like the Dream SMP of a Slaughterhouse 9. They're trying to recruit Wilbur to join their Slaughterhouse 9 team of Dream SMP. And if anyone knows that reference, then please mention it in a comment.
Well, and that's the thing. They're not really doing that.
No, but it comes out that way.
I think it does when you don't know the full story. And it'd be something that like, I'd love to interview Dream, but I think he's definitely enjoying being the villain. Technoblade is very much playing the anarchist. It's not that he's bad or good. He's just got his morals. And he's like, you're not going to break myself from the morals.
Yeah. But he's pretty much like, what? You build a nation again or build a city and you had a government and you're a leader? Yeah, I'm going to destroy it because that's.
But the only reason he's destroying it is because they did bad to him. That's it. That's the only real reason he's doing it. Because otherwise he wouldn't have. That's a really like the long and short of it. But to really recap, art style's great. I agree that the music is not as fine-tuned to the art
or as fitting
as something that SAD-ist has done. You indicate that it's not as fitting. I think it's okay. I think it does what is intended, and I think the art style works well with the music, but maybe not where the story beats are. I don't know. But at the same time, this is an artist that's trying to cover the part where Wilbur is back, where Quackity's trying to take power, where then they get Technoblade stuck in the prison, try to torture him. Technoblade comes out. Technoblade gets the information he needs, goes to break Dream at. Like, there's a lot of story beats being done in just this one video that's like about 4 minutes long. So I don't know how one song that would encompass all of that. I think it probably could be a very energetic one, very similar to what SAD-ist is good with, where there's like the song itself has low points and high points, while this one's very melodically one tone. And I think maybe that's the real big difference is it. But the style is great. The art is really well done. I like the colors. There are moments throughout the animation that you could see that they've kind of skipped it. Like you could see that it's almost still like a sketch scene that they used, but that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that overall. And in the end, I really do enjoy the stuff that they've done. If you have not checked out the other videos already from this person, I highly recommend it. They're really good. And there's actually already references in this one of some of the past work that they've done. For example, when Tommy is trying to run away from Dream, when Dream tries to axe him, you get the strings and the shattered scene really quickly. And those are related to 2 videos that Late August has done. So really worth it. Check this stuff out. Give us your opinion. Like, which one do you like the most from Late August? Do you agree with our opinions on like the tone, what level they're at?
Whether you agree with our opinion as they are.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments. Like, what do you think? What do you prefer? What do you find that is interesting in comparison? I'd be interested to know and hear about that.
And if you have any further ideas for what other videos to react, it doesn't just have to be DreamSMP, but if there's any other videos related to Minecraft, would be very much appreciative. And in the meantime, we're also trying to figure out what to do next in our channel. Currently, we have ideas for Origin stuff, and also there's Wingless brought up an idea that I should review, I don't know, either the videos from the complete story lore of so I can get caught up because I'm still not fully informed of what's going on in that world. Maybe I can do my whole thing there with occasionally Wingless. And the other thing is we're also setting up a Discord, and we will be posting the link in the description once it's ready eventually.
Yeah, so I think that's a good wrap-up point. Looking forward to doing more of these. Please make the suggestions. We'd love to do more about it and go from there. So with that, my name is Wingless.
This is Morticia.
And we're wishing you a happy good night, and we'll talk to you and see you another time. Woo!
Yay, happy Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, and whatever month you are.
Jeez, okay, and Christmas, and Hanukkah, and Holly, and there's so many holidays.
Whatever holiday and whatever month you're watching this. Okay, bye.
Goodbye.